So yeah, it's been a few months since I've done one of these updates. I think about like 3 months. And in the last weight loss update video, I said my target for the first quarter in the next 3 months was to get below 100, to be sub 100 kilos. Did I achieve that? Well, you stick around to the end of the video to find out. Yeah, so it's been an interesting couple of months since I last did one of these updates, and I would say things on this journey are going well, but there definitely have been some struggles that I've had to work through. And they're struggles that have been around a long time in my life. It's not something that's very new. It's something I've struggled with before and it's starting to creep back in again. And maybe it's because I see the amount of weight I've lost. I'm like, okay, I can just take my foot off the gas, be a little less dialed in. And I've allowed myself to kind of falter a little bit. It has not inhibited progress. That's the good thing. But the bad thing is it might have slowed it down. But I have also at the same time made a few changes in order to kind of hit my targets, to hit the goals that I want to achieve. So yeah, one of the biggest problems I have and still have, and it's continuing from forever, that's been happening for a long time now, is sleep. I'm struggling to get a good amount of sleep every week because I target 7+ hours of sleep, 7 to 8 hours on work days, on work nights, because on weekends I do tend to get those 8 to 9 hours of sleep, so it's pretty good. But on weekends, on weekdays, on weeknights, I definitely struggle, especially on gym days, because I come back late and I feel like my mind is not rested enough to go to sleep. And when I try to force myself into sleep, it kind of leads to some restless sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and, I'm tossing and turning. I'm not able to enjoy proper deep sleep. Sometimes I really do get it. After the gym, I come in, I have dinner, I relax a bit and I crash. It's like optimal sleep. I get like 7+ hours of really good sleep with like 2 hours of deep sleep. I think that's quite good. But for the most part, it's been really bad. And that's because like I feel like I haven't done the things I wanted to do. I haven't watched enough anime. I haven't watched the series. I haven't played my game. I want to do everything, but I have like so little time. So I kind of sacrifice a little bit of my sleep. I'm not intentionally sacrificing sleep. I'm not trying to sleep too late. Like I'm not like, okay, fuck it, I didn't sleep on time, let's stay up another 2 to 3 hours. It's more like, okay, I've missed the window. I normally sleep at 11:30, but I've missed that 11:30 window, and now I'm trying to sleep by 12. And yeah, it becomes restless sleep because your mind is still, it's not relaxed, it's not shutting down. And I'm trying to fix that with like warm showers and white noise and all that, but sometimes you feel like you haven't done enough and you still want to do some things. That includes recording and editing videos for the YouTube channel. And so yeah, especially when I get into an editing mode, it was very hard for me to stop. And that has become like one of the main drivers for the lack of sleep. That, and sometimes when I play FIFA or FC, it's like, there's an addiction to it, kind of, where it's like it's drawing you to play another game, especially when you lose games, or you're trying to hit an objective. And yeah, I definitely stop once it goes past 11. Like once the game finishes past 11, I'm done, I'm stopping. That's the discipline I have. But still, that leads me to sleeping, like lying down at 11:30, and I fall asleep 5-10 minutes later. So it still cuts into my 7 hours of sleep that I'm not getting. So yeah, that's a problem I'm gonna have to work on for life, really. Like I gotta improve it now so I'd have that improvement for life. The second thing that's really been holding me back, or I guess it's been holding me back, is snacking. I've always had a problem with snacking, especially after work snacking, and this house is full of food, full of snacks. And I'm also like, it's harmless, I'm having a little bit, and I'm not tracking those. Because I want to have fun. But at one point you got to go like, okay, maybe I'm snacking a bit too hard here. And I know I can definitely afford more calories compared to what I take in from my regular meals, so I do have leeway. But that is eating into the deficit, and when it eats into the deficit, it slows down the weight loss, and I guess that's what makes it difficult, right? Because you're really tempted. The food noise, as they say, it's quite loud, especially now, like 7 months in. There's a lot of food noise. I'm gonna go get fried chicken tomorrow because I just want fried chicken, and that is food noise and temptation. But I then look at it and see, whenever I had like deep fried, like McDonald's style fried chicken, it's like, oh no, it's been a month or a month and a half or more, actually. I don't even remember. But okay, that's a good gap between those things. So like when it comes to like the big snacky foodie things, I think I have a good gap and I think I maintain a good balance. But when it comes to snacking, that's a problem that really needs to be fixed, or at least reduced or mitigated. But besides those two things, how has the past 3 months been? I think it's been all right. I hope stress is at a manageable level. I think it's just related to sleep. In February, it was Chinese New Year and my gym membership expired, so I decided to take 2 weeks off the diet, 2 weeks off the gym, because I felt like I was plateauing, and 2, I was just exhausted. Like my body needed a rest and reset. I took that break, and honestly, I think it's for the better. I did lose a bit of strength in the gym, and I didn't lose a lot, but I did need to drop the weights a little bit before building it back up again. And yeah, it definitely hampered like strength progress, but it made me feel better. Like towards the end, I was like, when can I go back to the gym again? Like, okay, I want to go back to the gym again, but I gotta give my body time to rest and recover. And once I do that, then we'll be good to go. And honestly, I've also changed, and honestly, since then, it's been really easy to keep going to the gym for this past month, where I've been quite consistent. 3 days a week for the past 3-4 weeks. So yeah, I'm kind of proud of myself that I did that, and that I took that break and just allowed me to kind of heal. And also strength and muscle growth wise, I've kind of changed how I train. So previously I would train with pyramid sets. So you start from 1 and then you go all the way up to your top set. 1 set at a certain weight, and the next set you increase for 3 to 4 sets, right? Until you go to your top weight. Now I've kind of changed that up because I want to build strength and muscle a little bit faster, and I feel like this may be more optimal for me, which is I have a warm-up set, whether it's 1 or 2 warm-up sets, and then the second and third, or third and fourth set are at my top weight, and we're pushing 4 reps. And honestly, seeing some of the progress pictures and the progress video, I feel like, especially in my chest area, it's really grown, it's really solid, it feels really solid. So I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy that I've made that change, and I think it's showing some benefits. And yeah, maybe it is good to start with pyramid sets when you're beginning in the gym, so you can kind of get used to the intensity. But after a while, I think switching to this type of program is quite suitable for me, definitely, and maybe other people too. Also, I've started deadlifting. Previously, for hip hinge and lower back exercises, I just did a back extension. But at one point, I'm like, okay, we got to try deadlifting. And well, I'm not the biggest fan of the deadlift, but I want to build a strong posterior chain, a strong back, a strong lower back, tight glutes, tight ass. Yeah, and deadlifts help that. So it's been interesting doing deadlifts. It has been difficult. In fact, I feel like there's more strain on my hands because of the lack of grip strength. But yeah, I started at like 50 kilos. Now I'm up to 60 in like a few weeks, because I'm still trying to find the top end of how much I can lift. But I think 65 is a good amount to be lifting. So that's it for the update for the past 3 months. Now for the golden question. What is my weight currently? Did I manage to go sub 100? And honestly, I had a buffet in these 3 months, like I think 2 buffets in these 3 months, where I did not count calories. Yes, I had a ton of protein, but didn't count any of my calories. So did I manage to hit my target? The good thing is, yes, I am now officially lighter than 100 kilos. I am at 99.5, which is still insane for me. For a lot of people, it's like, oh, you lost like about 5-ish kilos in 3 months or something like that. But for me, I lost 6-ish kilos in 6 months. But for me, it's a big achievement. That means it shows consistency. I'm consistently losing weight, and I'm not the most dialed in, and I'm still enjoying life. So yes, I am fucking thrilled that I am finally below 100. It took 7 months of work to get here, but I'm proud of myself and I'm just happy that it's happened. And you know, I gotta dial in a bit more because that is kind of like almost halfway to the target weight that I want, but it's still a lot. Like being 16 and a half kilos down in 7 months, I think that's quite an achievement, and I'm proud of myself for doing that. And yeah, it is down to consistency and discipline and just constant reflection on what you're doing. Like doing these videos serve as constant reflection of what I'm doing, how much weight I'm losing, how fast am I losing it, what are the weaknesses that I'm facing right now. So yeah, I am officially below 100 kilos. I'm at 99.5, and like I said in the previous video, like I've set a few targets that where I can try certain things after I hit those targets, and the target I set for going sub 100 is to try a pre-workout, because I was very curious about pre-workouts. I did have like pre-workout drinks that were part of like that were served at the gym, but I never really had my own like at-home pre-workout. But finally I have decided to get a pre-workout, and yeah, we're starting with this little puppy over here, and that is One Shot Nutrition's Burn X. It's a thermogenic pre-workout, so it's kind of like a fat burner as well. But like I feel like this is the only one of the brands that I trust that are also very cheap, that advertises itself more as a pre-workout as opposed to a fat burner. So yeah, we'll be trying that, see how that works. And that's it from me for this 3-month update. So hopefully I'll see you next month if I feel like recording again. Or you know what? Here's the deal. If I don't see you next month, if I don't make this video next month, we'll set another target. And the target is, by June, I want to be sub 95. Like that's the target now. That's the new target, to be below 95 kilograms. So yeah, that's it for me, and I'll see you in the next update video.